There is a historic train station in Utah that used to be the joining place between two transcontinental railroads, had its passenger service ended in the late 1990s, is on the National Registry of Historic Landmarks, and is located at the head of a prominent street downtown. And now there is a push from public officials to restore train service to this station in order to improve public transit, open up new land for urban development, and to provide an economic boost to local businesses and residents. This station is not the Rio Grande Depot. Yet. Instead, I'm talking about Union Station in Ogden. News broke a few weeks ago about how the city of Ogden and the Utah Transit Authority are working together to move the city's FrontRunner station from this park-and-ride lot on the outskirts of downtown and instead have trains stop directly behind Union Station, where the main hall would be restored as a fully functioning train station for the first time in about 30 years. While this represents only a minor shortening of the FrontRunner line by around 1,000 feet, the restored Union Station would bring major impacts to the entire city of Ogden. Rather than me explaining how, let's hear directly from the project leader.
My name is Taylor Nielsen. I am the Deputy CAO for the City of Ogden. I am also the City Engineer. I am helping bring the Mayor's vision to fruition. There is a lot of things that are happening at the station. As we've been talking through with the Mayor and amongst other items, the most important item that we see at the station itself is the trains and what made it what it was. And the way that we see that is bringing people back to and through the station itself. That's where Ogden was designed. That's the past of what we relied on. That's how, I don't even know how many people were introduced to Ogden through the doors of the Union Station. We are working towards bringing everyone that we can that may be their first time or maybe their 1,000th time back to the city of Ogden through those doors of the Union Station. So as we see it as a mobility hub that has many different opportunities to bring people through, but we also have it as a unique opportunity to be a museum and a window into the past of what got us to where we are today.
So what are some of the specific steps that you see towards enacting this vision? Obviously one is moving the FrontRunner platform to be closer to the Union Station and having the main hall function as a train station again.
And working very closely with our partners at UTA, I want to say that's a very good point. That's our first step that we need to do to make that happen, to turn that into the mobility hub. The other discussions that we have, it still is with UTA and how do the buses route and the different transportation elements come in. Right now we have the OGX, which is our downtown rapid transit bus that runs between us and Weber State. We want to make sure that's still connected as part of this plan and this design and this layout. And the great news is UTA owns the property that's all north of 24th Street of the viaduct, and they have been a partner at our table as we've been having these conversations about what some of the next steps are. I think there's development and other elements that need to happen around the station itself to ensure that we're getting the most opportunity out of the land that surrounds the station, but designing those elements and making sure it's compatible with the downtown transportation element becomes very important, because honestly, we've run out of asphalt that we can probably do in the downtown. So that's where I see our next step is making sure that we're planning the transportation around the station itself appropriately, correctly, to ensure that you're going, oh, I really want to go downtown so I can jump on the FrontRunner, I can take OGX, but God, I don't want to battle that traffic. So those are the elements that we're going to start ensuring are in place and ready to go to handle the additional people that will be coming through the Union Station doors. So what we don't want to do is we don't want to put buildings in front of the station. We don't want to put stuff that overpowers the station. We believe the station itself should be the historic Union Station. Now, that means we'll have uses to the north of it and to the south of it that will have some commercial and some retail, but what does that look like?
So, to summarize, the City of Ogden does not see their Union Station as just a historic relic, or even as a barrier to transportation or urban development. Instead, they recognize that the layout of their city was created with a dependence on Union Station as a main gateway into the city. And, in order to keep their city growing, they need to restore their station to its original function. Now, development around train stations is something that would be coming regardless of station location, since more and more pressure is being applied to cities with transit stations to develop station area plans and transit-oriented development. Because housing prices statewide have become a barrier for continued economic growth, new housing near transit stations is seen as the cheapest and fastest way to address the shortage. Outward sprawl can continue only as fast as land becomes available, freeways can be constructed, and utility lines can be extended, all of which is becoming increasingly expensive. But the areas around transit stations are available now, without the need to build expensive new freeways or new utility trunk lines. In Ogden, building new, higher-density commercial and urban development next to the existing FrontRunner platform would have created unwanted competition for the existing and historic commercial district on 25th Street. But by locating the development close to Union Station, the commercial district can be boosted by the increased pedestrian traffic, while the park and ride site of the current FrontRunner station can be used for quieter residential developments, tying in better with the homes directly to the north. It just makes so much more sense.
First and foremost, one of our most important drivers for our economics is 25th Street. 25th Street is kind of the heart of what everyone remembers in our downtown. And that's not the only place that we have, different food and beverage, retail, other items. We have other shopping centers in our downtown, like the Junction. We have Lindquist Ballfield. We have these other economic spots and places that we want to make sure are synergistic between all three instead of cannibalistic between each one. I don't want to open new development or retail stores at the Union Station just to pull stuff off of 25th Street. And so we do believe that by moving the station back to Union Station, we open and now put people through the front doors of the station, which opens right up to 25th Street. And that brings people back to where they need. So at that point, then we need to start putting complementary uses adjacent and around the station itself. We don't want to have big box stores surrounding the Union Station. We want to have what's made Ogden great is that neighborhood development and those local businesses. We want people to feel like they can come to our downtown, whether that's on OGX or on FrontRunner, and to be able to get out and walk around. And right now, I don't know that that's the case. And so by bringing people back through the front doors, be on 25th Street and go have dinner, go walk around and check out some of our other amenities. And you're able to do that and walk right back to the station. Where right now, with it being down on 23rd, it kind of feels like a barrier in between people being able to walk from here to there.
Now, there are no exact plans yet for what this development will look like. That process will take place next year, and the public is invited and encouraged to participate.
I highly recommend everyone going to our State of the City address. It'll be by our Mayor, Ben Nadolski, and that'll be January 8th, starting at 6 p.m. in the Union Station. The museums and everything, actually, I believe for the next month are going to be free at the station. So if you get an opportunity, go stop by and see them. Come support us, share them with your friends, share them with your family. But come that night because we will have some announcements regarding the station itself and opportunities on how to support and items that we'll be looking for, along with places where we'll be sharing the next steps and exactly what will be happening. So that'll be that announcement that we'll be doing and going through. That'll be the January the 8th. And so we're really looking forward to it. So we're really excited because this has become one of the number one priorities of our mayor. And so he'll be sharing a lot of information about it. So we're really excited.
If you can make it to the event in person, please do. It's always important to support our public officials when they make a good faith effort, like this one, to make major improvements in the community. But now if you're thinking, why get involved in Ogden? I only want the Rio Grande Plan in Salt Lake City. Well, consider the following.
I know that when you are going forward on a grand idea and you have the vision, it's always hard to share that vision with everyone else. It's really hard to say, this is going to be amazing, and I can try and explain to you, I can give you the numbers, I can give you the statistics, I can explain to you what I think will happen. The Union Station is a unique opportunity to be a proof in concept for the Rio Grande project. And I say that as we are going to be the smaller version that's going to have incredible success that will be able to be used as a catalyst for your project. all the same vision and items that you guys are working on as the Rio Grande Plan is going to be shown that, hey, look, on this smaller scale, look at what it did for the city of Ogden. Imagine what we could do at our scale that we're looking at. We want you guys to combine with us because we want to combine with you. I think we're mutually successful, and we get to go back and say, hey, we experienced success. It makes sense that we all do this together too.
By helping Ogden go first, we can prove that there is a serious, unmet appetite in Utah for bringing good passenger rail connections directly into our city centers. We can wave around economic impact reports all we like, but having a real-world proof of concept only 35 miles to the north will bring real, tangible evidence that the Rio Grande Plan in Salt Lake City will be a complete political and economic success. Aside from the selfish reasons to get involved, there are many fascinating ideas being discussed in Ogden. Beyond restoring the Great Hall in Union Station, long-term plans are forming and may include better pedestrian connections across Wall Avenue, expanded museum space, perhaps with an indoor train hall for the Utah State Railroad Museum, new event spaces, rail service expansion, including a return of Amtrak trains, shortening the 24th Street Viaduct, and even track realignments and platform expansions that ought to look very familiar to followers of this channel. That's right, I've officially joined the project team as a consultant for the rail side of things, and I can't wait to get started on helping to create a master plan for future rail service and development in downtown Ogden. What that plan looks like, and what it is able to include, will depend heavily on the funding and grants that we receive from our local, state, and federal governments. So, if you support better rail infrastructure along the Wasatch Front, please find your way to get involved by attending Mayor Nadolski's speech in January, or by visiting the Ogden Union Station redevelopment website when it is ready. You can also reach out to us at Via Rio Grande directly through our website, or make a donation or purchase that will help us to reach out to local lawmakers. There is so much work to do, but at least now there is real work being done in Ogden. I'm Christian Lenhart. Thank you for watching.
Considered someone would be silly enough to try no pants.